What's up, everybody? Sound test. I can't do a sound test because I don't have any speakers set up. So I'll be waiting for you guys in the chat. Tell me if sound is good. If sound is good. Anybody? Anybody? Can you tell me if the sound is working? Is the sound working? It shows up over here for me that it's sound. All right, we have Alpha 9 Jones who told me that the sound is good. Today we're going to talk all about accessories for your Autel Evo 2, which includes the Pro and the 8K. I don't really have any use for the Dual because I don't have one and I can't afford one either. So we'll be talking about that. I made a whole list full of stuff that I'm going to share with you guys on the screen. And it's been 8 months since this bad boy has been out, and in my eyes, it's still lacking a little bit more of good accessories. A few things that I would like to see, and a few things that are there that are really good, and some things are total trash. So, or not even worth your money, because we all work hard for our money, and this drone is exceptional expensive. It's $2,000 out of your pocket. Most people work really hard, me included, to get this guy into the air, and we have to save up for a few accessories, and I went through 8 months full of accessories. So first off, I would like to say hello, everybody, to everybody who showed up. Let's see who we have here right now in this chat right there. We have participants inside here. We have Alex from Germany. We have Alpha 9 Drones. We have Ed Lloyd, GR, Good Godby, and we have Time to Fly. We have Tom Ailing and Yo Phelps. What's up, guys? Yo Phelps was one of my winners last time in the giveaway. We have Mike Miller over here as well. And aloha to all of you guys, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Accessories after 8 months. What did we actually receive? What is mainly part of accessories? What is part of accessories that you should get together with your drone? We'll talk about that within the next 1 hour right over here. And I will be sharing the screen with you guys as well. And let's see, share screen. So if you haven't gotten this bad boy yet, and you're still interested in it, there is a good sale going on right now on Amazon over here, which is $1,800. But beware, some people on the forum stated that based on this stuff right here, it shows that there's 3 batteries. Some people only receive 2. So if you only receive 2, you need to contact Autel or Amazon actually and tell them that you received only 2 batteries, not 3. Some people got 3, some people got 2. So I've seen both sides on it. But so far, this is one of the best things because it includes the charger, it includes the pad, it includes the carrying case, which is a hard shell case. This is the smaller version. It's not the GPC case, but it comes with it. The main kicker in this whole thing, though, in my eyes, is the 3 batteries that are inside there. Because batteries are one of the biggest accessories that you can get for this bad boy right over here. There have been knockoffs online that I've seen. I'm not sure how you can determine what these knockoffs look like because they look pretty similar to this. And so far, I have not seen anybody who could show the difference between a knockoff that might drop straight out of the sky because it's not going to hold the charge. It's going to show you 100%. 2 seconds later, it's going to show you 50, and boom, before you know, the drone is on the ground. So that's $2,000 of your hard-earned money. I'm not quite sure if you would really risk saving $120, but risking $2,000. So be careful on that. So sometimes during the time of the holidays, there was a sale going on. I've seen them drop as low as 185 or 180 bucks, which is pretty good. In my eyes, that's pretty darn good. So batteries is one of the must things to have, which I think is really good because batteries itself, flight time, I take a lot of these guys 35 to 36 minutes in a real calm day. If it's really, really windy and I go a long distance, further out to film some cliff area and stuff, as long as I can see it, and I have to bring them back, and sometimes I fly into the wind, which is the good part because usually when I film the cliff part area, the wind comes from the ocean side, yeah, so it blows inwards towards the land. So I have to fight her out a little bit to go out there, but then she stays out there, and coming back it's pretty easy. I don't fly anywhere if I stay closer to myself. Once I reach like the 30% mark, then I come back already towards me, because once you reach 25%, she gives the critical battery warning, depending on what you have it set, but mine's only set to 25%. And once she reaches 5%, she wants to land. So you have to abort the automatic landing multiple times. She's going to go back into it, so don't risk it and don't go anywhere further. Once you reach 25%, just use a different battery, guys. You know what I mean? Or just charge it up. Don't risk it. It's $2,000. $2,000 of your hard-earned money. Don't risk it. That would be one of my first batteries. Is one of the things for accessories. And for batteries, you usually need something like this, which is the charger itself. This one comes with the car charger, which is the car charger port. A friend of mine has a car charger port, and I tell you, this thing is not worth it because it takes forever. It takes like easy like 5 hours before this sucker is loaded. So 5 hours, by that time I can go home and I can hook it up to my hub over here, or I can hook it, or he bought actually the aftermarket one, because this one will simply lead to the hub, which I have right here. The hub itself, it takes a different approach of loading or charging up your batteries, which is also an accessory, and it plugs into the regular plug that you usually get with your drone if you buy it that way. And it plugs in the bottom, and you're going to be able to charge up 4 batteries. There's a green mode and there's a blue mode. One mode lets you parallel charge 2 batteries up at the same time until it reaches the next lowest battery, and it charges up those 3 guys until it reaches the last battery, which is probably the highest one, and it ends up charging all 4 parallel at the same time until all 4 are charged. The green one, on the other hand, the green mode charges up 1 battery at a time, starting with the one that has the highest charge in there. So it charges up that one first, and it goes in sequence until all 4 batteries are charged. My friend has one that is the aftermarket like this, that charges up his phone, it charges up 3 of his batteries and the controller at the same time, which is really, really good. The thing comes kind of warm, but it charges up the batteries definitely way higher and faster, and it's going to run you about $55 over here on Amazon. And he has 2 of those. He actually bought 2, so I actually like that that setup better. So let me jump into the chat real quick right over here. What we have. A lot of hellos. Johnny Hennessy, what's up? Australia. I have somebody from Australia here. Please, about the new low noise props. Low noise props. I tried them out today. Low noise props right here. We'll get to those guys later. After this video, I have to shoot 2 more scenes. Then I will be editing. So by tonight at 10 p.m. my time, Hawaii time, the video should be going up. And you'll be surprised what these guys can actually do. So we have Skinwalker, we have Bradbury, and we have Italy right over here too. So we have a lot of people. That's why I said drone community is great. I totally love it. And I love that you guys always swing by right over here. So let's see what he says. He shows Skinwalker. Is there a big difference? I thought they were just fixing the issue with the old ones. There's a difference based on noise-wise, not that much in my eyes. Yeah, if you're up like 100 feet or 200 feet, you can tell a little bit that it's not as loud as the original propellers. Speed-wise, though, on the other hand, the old propellers are faster. So I tried it out multiple times, going back and forth, same conditions, same type of wind. Within minutes, I was taking off and going back and forth. Speed-wise, the low noise props are actually slower. They slow you down by about 5 miles per hour if you stay in ludicrous mode. So yeah, they're quieter, but they're slower. That's the funny part. So it's kind of weird how it does that. So let's see, what else do we have besides the batteries? We have right here the life deck. The life deck, if some of you guys don't know what the life deck is a hookup that you can pair up continuously together with your controller. So you have a controller and you can pair up the life deck. The life deck lets you stream from that life deck what it receives from the drone, what the drone is seeing at that current time, and it lets you project that to a screen somewhere. So a friend of mine has it set up where he has the life deck together with an extra spare battery that is like a car battery that is hooked up together with an inverter. That inverter has power plugs, so you can just plug in the screen, he can plug in the life deck, he can plug in whatever he wants to, and then he just runs it from there so that if clients want to watch, they can watch that stuff live right there. Plus, they can give you a direction if you have to do like roof inspections or whatever. So you don't have to necessarily look over to your shoulder and the client has to freaking literally look on that small screen that you have or the tablet, whatever it is. Or you can even fly it live directly from there as well. You don't have to look at your screen because the Autel Explorer app itself has like all this HUD menu, while the life deck does not have that at all. It is kind of costly. It's about $400 or $450. I've seen some used ones online. They were like $300 or $350, and they're compatible with the Autel Evo 1 and the 2. So that's a pretty cool part about it. One of these days, hopefully, I can look into one of these. But so far, I haven't seen any use for me personally, because when I work with clients, I work literally pretty close with them. So there will be one of them. Then what else do we have? Ed Lloyd says, any tips for improving battery life of the controller and it's not charging in a phone, tablet? There was wasn't there a wire at some point where they had a wire where it doesn't charge? It doesn't ask the controller to charge. I think there was something like that someday down the road, but I don't know if they still make them. Skinwalker says, do you ever notice how sometimes when she fires up and takes off, she's louder and then sometimes she's quieter? Why do you think that is? That has to do with the rotation of the RPMs on your motors itself. I noticed that myself because I usually arm it. And then while I arm it, I can usually set the GPS point. So arming means that once you start up the drone and she's ready, unfolded and everything, what you do with your two controller sticks is you push both of these controller sticks downwards towards this way. Can you even see that? Like you push them not straight down to you, but one side is like 6 p.m. the other one is like 6 o'clock, or like 7 o'clock. One is like 4 o'clock. So you push them towards inwards and it arms the drone, they call it. With that, you're going to be able, because the drone is armed and the rotator, the propellers are spinning already, you're going to be able to set the return home point either to yourself or to the drone. And then after that, I press the stick up for takeoff. Sometimes she's really loud and sometimes she's just really quiet. I noticed that's too, but it's usually the RPMs on the motor itself, depending on wind gusts or whatever it is that it does that. Sometimes she spools up like really hard to just take off one time, and then sometimes she spools a little bit slower and then she comes up. I don't know what is the difference in it or why it does that, but I noticed it as well. So then we have John Hennessy. I'm loving your show. Are they worth it? The low noise props. Also, how do we address you? I'm 808 State, bro. As long as you don't call me jackass or anything, we good, bro. They're worth it in my eyes if you wanna. Some people they really like it that it's quieter when the drone is up in the air. I compared it to my quietest drone I've ever flown was the Paragon Afi. So I compared it to that. That's why the battery is charging right over here right now. Because that was one of the quietest things that I've ever flown drone-wise was the Paragon Afi. Besides the DJI Mavic Mini, but the Mini is still a little bit more louder than the Paragon Afi. So I flew the Paragon Afi, I filmed it, and I also had my audio recorder. And with that, I could see on the wave lines that the Paragon Afi is like only like, it reaches maybe like half. While with these propellers right here, it reaches like almost 3/4, almost peaks out to the top, where it's really loud, especially on takeoff. And then usually when you go up like 100 feet up, and you go back and forth when she has to spool up the motors to put herself back into position, then you can hear the old rotors or propellers, you can hear the difference. With the low noise ones, she doesn't really have that. Plus, the low noise ones are a little bit more flexible, like this way. They're a little bit more loose, while the original ones, they're still pretty stiff. Mine's one, they have like over 400 flights already, and they're super stiff. Like they're really stiff to take, like to put them apart like this. So that might be another reason why these ones are a little bit more loose. I don't know, because of the design and stuff, but they are quieter. Not by much, but they are quieter, especially when you still up like 100, 200 feet and you go back and forth. She doesn't have that initial that really loud humming sound like an angry nest of bees or whatever it is. Hot Rod, what's up, Hot Rod? Aloha. It's great for live streaming. Yeah, that's probably what he meant. Oh no, not this one. It's great for live streaming. He probably meant the Live Deck, because with the Live Deck you can also hook up to third parties. I don't know if Facebook is one of them, but usually you can hook up to Twitch and you can hook up to all these other things, live stream services, and then you can actually live stream your flight, which is really good. So. Skinwalker Gated was starting to scare me. Yeah, I know. It's sometimes these drones, they do certain things and we're like, is it broken? And you're like all scared. But then yeah, you just got to keep using it over and over. Yeah, it's really, I probably clocked about 50 flights this week, and it was on and off because it was raining a lot and I had a lot of work. Plus I took that vaccine shot for that COVID-19 and they said the first shot is nothing. But the last 2 days I was flat out. I mean, it literally kicked my freaking legs underneath my butt. So Brad Perry said, have you done any testing as far as the power with the low noise props as opposed to the regular props? Be interesting to see if they have less power. Power wise, the only power that I've seen is actually that my flight time was increased. I'm not sure if she has more acceleration or if she has less acceleration in the RPMs, that she has less to adjust herself with because it has more carrying weight or power on those propellers. But because I have 4 batteries, so when I was flying the first battery with the regular propellers, I got like 35 or 34 because it got kind of gusty in between. While it was gusty with the second battery, I got 36 minutes out of it, so that was kind of different. And she stayed actually up longer in the air, so I think I was flying almost like 37 to 38 minutes. So that's different. So there might be a different part in the power wise, measurement wise. I wouldn't know how to really measure it if there's more power in it or whatever. Especially like payload wise, if that's what you mean. Payload wise, I actually mounted my 360 camera on the top. I usually put that sticker on the top and then I put it on and I take the sticker back off because I don't like any residue stay here. But there was no difference. Like it could carry my 360 with these propellers and it could carry the 360 even with the other ones. So it didn't really matter if there was different propellers. So John Anderson, we do roof and building inspections, 3 Typhoon H and 3 different cameras in Anafi and 2 Evo 6Ks. Whoo, that's a lot of drones, bro. Ed Lloyd, purchased the Triple Tech and the mount for it from Skyfi Era. Loving it so far. Alrighty. Yeah, I have Triple Tech. Actually, they are so kind to send me a tablet to try it out for them and to check it out. And I'm really looking forward to getting it, and I can't wait for it. It's been in the mail for a couple of days now, so I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I have to send it back. So, but I'll enjoy it during the time while I have it. Mike Miller says, I would think that if your flight time is increased, you must have more power. Yeah, it's probably less resistance, more power in the takeoff speed or whatever. It's just speed-wise, you're losing about 5 miles per hour. So that's a funny part about it. So it's kind of, I tried it and it showed up. And I have it in my video as well. Skinwalker said, I have the same issue. And the reason I have it, because I downloaded firmware on 2 different phones, a Samsung and an iPhone. Now on one phone, I can do wearing on the other one. I can't. I'm lost. Oh, wait. He said, remember you were mentioning something about having a glitch of some sort where you weren't able to do a certain application. I was thinking because I asked you how many phones you use it. Yes, that's correct. You asked me how many phones. So the one thing that I can't do at this point is automatic calibration of my gimbal. And it's still the same. It's simply because it just keeps telling me that my camera is shaking. The one thing that I try to do is I try to roll back firmware, and that hasn't worked out either. So I can't move the firmware back. That's one of the bad things that I really hate about it right now. Since 2.5.18, I can't roll back my firmware, and I cannot install anything prior to that. And I think it had to do something with the activation part, because I'm not quite sure that once you activate your drone and you roll back in your firmware, you reinstall the firmware back to 2.5.18, it might even ask you for reactivate your drone. I'm not quite sure, even though it says, oh, you only got to activate it once. I think they just want to see that it's registered to your account, that you bought it. And so I don't know yet, man. There's a few questions that I still haven't figured out yet, but I'm really busy working regular kind of stuff too. So anyway, so we have triple tech, still have the USB-A to USB-C issue. That I don't know. I haven't gotten a tablet yet, so I can't answer that question for you. Okay. So let's see what is next on the list. On the list that we have over here for accessories is memory cards. This is usually the memory card that this thing comes with. I'm gonna turn this off. There you go. This is usually the memory that it comes with. It's usually like a 32 or 64. Sometimes they send it with, it's the V30. I've tried it in the beginning and it wasn't working properly for me, because once I was going into 6K or 4K, I had stuttering inside there. The writing speed wasn't up to par. So I looked up online afterwards and I said, hey, I want to try something else. This was the Pro Grade. I got the Pro Grade, but I got the 128 gigabyte, which was on sale at that time, and I think it was like $40. And it was pretty good, except for that after 2 months, it just died out on me. So it's just, I was able to record, and it showed me that I had like 160 minutes to record video in 4K. And I was like, oh, all stoked. And I tried it, and it was going good until 2 months later. And anytime I was filming something, it just simply, it says that it was recording, and I went back, and then it said that my card had an issue and that the files were corrupted. So at first I blamed the drone for it, and I was all mad. And then I went back to my regular drone, to my regular card, which was this one, and I filmed something just for the hell of it outside in the yard, and it worked. And it showed, but it still had the stutters inside because the writing speed on this card is not as great. So this Pro Grade card, in my eyes, didn't really work out. So I sent it back via Amazon return. And I actually sent both of them back because both of them failed after 2 months. So Pro Grade is not really that Pro Grade-ish in my eyes. So then I tried out the Lexar, this one right here, and that one also died out after 2 months. So even though it says V60 and stuff, I still had stutters inside there. So I'm not quite sure if the writing speed is really as good as they claim that it is. So I tried out something else, which is the Evo Select. And that is currently the one that I'm running with. I'm actually running the 128. This one says 512, but I'm running with 128 gigs. And so far, even on 6K, I haven't had any stutters. And for some reason, it's working really good. So the Samsung cards, I think it's because it's Samsung. Yeah, I mean, the price, it's $65. But this one is simply because it's the... So you get the Samsung 128, and that one is actually cheaper. It's $20. So that is actually cheaper than when I bought it. So, but it comes with this beautiful small extra card so that you can put it in your card reader, this small one. And then you have this one right here. I'm not quite sure if you guys even would be able to see it right now. But I have, yeah, you're not going to be able to see this. This is the card that I'm using currently. And I have had no problems with it. I filmed with it in 6K. I had no stutters. I filmed with it in 4K. I had no stutters. So memory card wise, you want to see that you have a lot of writing speed. And this card has actually worked out well for me. So I know it's not V60. I know it's not V90, but I tried those before. I had the V60 right here from Lexar, and I had the Pro Grade V60. And it didn't really work out. And the V90s at this point are out of my reach financially to even support that. So that would be another great accessory that you have to look into is SD cards, because SD cards are important, because that's how you're going to film your stuff. That's how you're going to photo shoot your stuff. And it's really, you have to look into all those things. Okay, let me go through the chat. I'm falling behind. So here's for the live deck question earlier about the live stream. Hot Rod said, if you hook the live deck to a capture card, you can use it like any webcam and feed any application. There's something to think about, which is really good. I like that. Remember when you were mentioning something? Oh, okay, we had that one already. So let's see. We have Put You on the Loose. Evo Select is pretty good. I have had mine for about 5 months now. See? So what we have, John Hennessy 808. Have you heard anything about a smart controller? I did hear something. It's been a couple months back, several months back, that I actually talked to Autel on the phone, asked them about something. And just recently, somebody came up with something where they said that the FCC registry showed up some action from the Autel. We're not quite sure what it was because there was no direct indication, but we are pretty sure that they're going to come up with something that has to do like a smart controller. So far, I think people want to see better firmware upgrades so that you don't have that horizon tilt issue over a smart controller, but the smart controller guarantee is in the works. Like I said, this drone is technically seen on the market only since 8 months. In my eyes, a little bit premature. I think they pushed it out a little bit quick to get the sales in because they probably was, because they, like I said, they're not like DJI where they have gimbal stabilizers and pocket cameras and drones and all those extra things that DJI has to back them up financially. So I think Autel had to push it out as good as could, as quick as could, and I think it wasn't quite there yet, but they're working on it. And so far, I've been pretty happy with it. I like the quality of my drone. So somebody said, where do you think I could get some premium SMI cables from? Just surf and check it out, I think. Batuna, aloha, brother, made it. What's up, my man? Aloha, back to Vegas. Vegas, right? You in Vegas? Are you in Vegas? I have so many guys in Vegas lately that ask me, oh, if you ever come to Vegas, I have to fly with so many drone pilots. All right, let's get back to accessories that we have here available. Besides the most expensive parts and all that stuff, we have also things like this, which is the propeller guards. These propeller guards are good for indoor flying if you want to fly indoor. I tried it once with the ADI mode. I'm not really happy. Plus, I'm not really happy with these propeller guards because you clip them on and off one too many times and the thing breaks. So it's like that centerpiece right in here. I don't think you're gonna be right here. This centerpiece right in this part right there. This is where it comes really to a halt when you clip it on one too many times. It breaks. Like it broke. Mine's broke like after the third time or fourth time that I clipped it on, and I was like, what? So I haven't really used them, but they are good for like indoors so that you can kind of like bounce off the walls in case, because the ADI mode, what plenty of people don't realize is that if you're indoors and you're losing GPS and it goes into ADI mode on its own, she likes to drift a lot. Like she really drifts off a lot. So you want to be careful about that, because if you clip something without these propeller guards, then you most likely going to fold in the arms and you're going to eat it like really bad. So be careful about that. So that's propeller guards is one of these things that are available as accessories. If you really want to fly indoors, I suggest to pick these up. They're pretty fairly cheap too. They're like $20, but like I said, $20 is a lot of money to a lot of people these days, especially with this whole unemployment rate and stuff going up right now. So that is one of the things that you have to think about, really. Another good part is this is a really good accessory. I have it myself. I have it right over here. This is one of the best accessories that you can get, which is the propeller strap like this. If you can see it right there, it goes around your drone just like this, and you can put it together. It is really good in case you carry your drone around in a backpack, and it actually does fit with the new propellers as well. So if you look right here, I just put it on, and this is pretty much what it looks like afterwards. I have two screens going, so this is what it looks afterwards, and it's really good. I like this one. I have a link of these in the description of this video, and this thing has saved me a lot of hassle where the propellers don't flop around, and especially because I have a soft bag as well, which brings me to the next accessory, which is usually carrying bags. So I got this soft bag right over here. And this soft bag was given to me when I purchased my camera, the one that is the Sony a6400. It came in that kit lens and came with that. And this drone, oh, my gimbal guard. And this drone fits perfectly inside of this bag, but it's better to have a talking and putting on a gimbal guard is two different things. So, and you have this strap around it, so you don't really touch the blades, so which is really good. And this fits like perfectly inside there. And then I usually shove like a battery or two in the sides, like this, right over here. This bag has seen better days, but this is usually what it goes with. Then I close it up just like that, and I can carry out my drone. Doesn't have any room for the controller and stuff, but usually I have a backpack too. So this one is in here in case I take multiple drones with me, because I have like 2 or 3 drones now. So if I take multiple drones, then I usually put it inside this bag, so that I have to carry around the big carrying case, depending on how I go. If I go on my motorcycle, I put it in here, put it in my saddle bag, and then we go. If I stay in a car, I usually use my all-time favorite GPC case, guys. The GPC case, in my eyes, is one of the best accessories, hard case-wise. Oh, God. That you can pick up. Hard case-wise, hey, wrong way? No, right way. Hard case-wise, this GPC hard case is one of my favorite things that I've ever seen. That is really good. It's cut out perfectly, except for with the new propellers. The new propellers, the part doesn't fit. The back propellers don't fit in here, so you got to take them off. No biggie, because they come up really easy. And then you have a second story right over here where you can put all your extras, such as a triple tech tablet, maybe. Usually I have in the bottom, I have like my Skyfire aerial inside there. So there is cheaper alternatives for carrying cases, because usually the Autel rugged bundle carrying case, the smaller version of this case right here, costs you about $120 or $100. And this GPC case can run up to like $200. The foam is really nice though, and it's waterproof. I haven't really tried that. I mean, yeah, I actually did try it, not intentionally, but it started raining, and there was a lot of water outside, because when it rains in Hawaii, it rains like full on. There's like choke water coming down. And that was the good part, because then I could see that, oh, I got saved because it's waterproof. There are different cases available. They are called Pelican cases. I think they get them on harborfreight.com. Is it Harbor Freight? Something like that. And they have like really good cases. Plus they're orange. So, and then you just have to cut out the foam yourself. For me, I'm a lazy guy. I don't have that much time to fiddle around and cut out my own foam. So I bought this case together as a rugged bundle from DroneWorks, and they hooked me up with the GPC case, which is really, really, really nice. So that would be another accessory to look into, is a carrying case. So let's see, what do we have here? Skin one, where do you think? Oh, we went through that already. And then we have hot rod. I have a new camera wish, a micro four third instead of optical zoom. I know, I've seen that comment. Either you commented me or you emailed me, one of those two. A micro four third would be nice to put on, but then we would actually run into, isn't it almost like an Inspire already? Don't they run that micro four thirds? So then we have Eddie Gray. Would you suggest updating to the last firmware? No, I don't. Eddie Gray, don't. To be honest, I wouldn't, because 2.5.18 hasn't really done anything to your drone besides activating it, and besides having a few nicks and dings that you wanted to fix, but they cause a lot of problems for other people, such as me with horizon tilt and not being able to auto calibrate your gimbal after you do your IMU and your compass calibration. And trust me, I tried 40, 50 different surfaces. I tried styrofoam, I tried out in the open field, I tried wood, I tried concrete, I tried in here, all level surfaces, and it's just, it wouldn't do it. It's like, it doesn't matter. I can turn it on right now, go into my Autel Explorer app and click on the gimbal calibration. It's going to tell me, oh, your drone is shaking. My drone is not shaking. No, it's not. So my drone is literally sitting still. I'm not even touching the table. And I click the button and it says, oh, your drone is shaking. Where are you shaking? So I'm not quite sure what it is. They offered me, in Auto support, they offered me to send it back. I decided not to, because I didn't want to waste their time or my time or any money or my money, because I don't want to send it back and forth for repairs or for have them check it out, because it was fine before, and then now with the new update, it just wouldn't let me. I work around it so far. I just choose the auto, instead of the auto, I choose the manual one, and I just readjust that. And then once in a while, I turn my clips a little bit in post, because mainly I film in 4K, and I'm going to be able to punch in a little bit, you know, zoom in a little bit. So yeah. Next thing on the list is propellers. I know that I talked about the propellers a little bit. So there is these new low noise propellers, and they are available for every drone. Like it doesn't matter because it's Autel Evo 2 in general, Duo, Pro, 8K, it doesn't matter. So my video for that one is going to come out tonight at 10 p.m. Hawaii time. Like I said, after this live stream, I got to shoot 2 more, and they are, in my eyes, they're worth it. I mean, they're all right. You know, it's just you got to buy 2 sets, and I got them both right here, and you buy 2 sets. They come with 1 of each. So, which kind of bothers me, because if you have a drone that is a quadcopter, as a drone company, in my eyes, you should offer a whole set for one time. You know, like make it like $30. I can't see that these things cost you $20 in manufacturing wise. 2 of these, you know, 1 with the stripe and 1 without the stripe. So make it a whole set. Why am I only buying 1? You know what I mean? Like, I have a quadcopter, so give me 4. Like, why do I have to buy 2? I mean, it's a money making scheme. So I don't know. I think they could do better. But that's just me. I'm a cheapo, so sorry about that. Let's see, what else do we have? The drone doesn't fit in the GPC case with the new props. Yes, it doesn't. So that's, I usually take them off. So, but it's no biggie. Is there a way I can share a photo? I just hooked up a triple tech with Johnny Truesdale's mount, and it all fits in the GPC case. You not in this chat. You can email it to me if you want. You can email it to me, and I should be able to receive the email if you quit, and then I can pull it up over here. That's up to you. Walter Hall says, aloha from LA. What's up, my man, Walter? Missed you. Mike Miller says, the tablet mount doesn't fit in the case unless you totally break it down and then it's tight. Yeah, that's usually what I do. I take apart my stuff. So which brings me to the next one after this next comment. Yes, be careful leaving the low noise props on with the GPC case. Had a prop loosen on takeoff. Drone wanted to flip. Luckily, she gently turned over and was fine. Shortest flight ever. That is like a Parker effect. That's like you gotta change your drawers after that. Definitely, you gotta change your drawers. Oh, it's flipping over. So definitely, that's really bad. So we are at the next one, which is, in my eyes, controller mounts. You have the Skyfire aerials, such as this one. It does not come with this tripod. I put this tripod on just for the good looks, and plus I usually use it for do my thing where I just screw it in and then I open up the bottom. Sometimes I use the DJI, my DJI Ronin SC stand, the triple, the tripod in the bottom. It's a little bit more flat. This one is a little bit more high. Why I like it so much is because the Skyfire aerial in some sort has this bar across if you buy the deluxe version, and I think the pro version as well, which comes with this bar across, which is good because these guys don't fold in no more. Your handles don't fold in. Plus, it has a button bumper plate, guys. That's like that's like the deal maker right there. It's because of these button bumpers, so you don't touch these unnecessary can you hear it? These A and B buttons, so you don't unnecessarily touch it. Oh, thank you very much, Walter Hall. You're always up for your $1.99. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. So these button bumpers are the must, and they come already with the standard version, which is really good. And then if you want the pro version, it comes with this part right here. And then the deluxe version has like an extension in the front where you can mount like your crystal sky and all that stuff. Plus, you can change out the top part for tablet mount, for phone mount. And there's a third one that has a bigger tablet mount on top. And I'm waiting for the Triple Tech to come in so I can actually try it out. So Triple Tech is so kind to let me try out their Pro tablet. And I'm definitely going to make a review on that sucker. And I'm going to try it out. And it says military grade. So I heard a lot of good things about it. And I've seen Captain Drone is actually giving away one right now. So if you guys haven't seen Captain Drone's channel yet, try to look it up on YouTube. It's called Captain Drone. And he's doing right now a giveaway of the Triple Tech tablet. I think it's the Pro, or is it a 7-inch or something like that? But he's giving one away, and I mean, and I think it's cheaper than Crystal Sky. And so far, I've heard that a lot of people had issues with the Crystal Sky monitor itself too, where it wasn't really doing the app, and a lot of people had problems with it. So, hey, you know what I mean? Like, it's a tablet. So that's another accessory, which would be tablet mounts. So besides this Skyfire aerial mount, you have the lifter mount, which it is a nice mount too. Some people swear on it and they say, hey, this is great. And some people say they have issues because it's partially made out of metal. So they have issues with their reception. Reception-wise, you can fix that with another accessory, which is like $200, which are range extenders. They come from Hawks and Alien Tech. And they are like, if you don't really know what you're doing, you should be sending it into a retailer who are going to be able to mount that on for you. Usually the guys who sell it are also the ones that tell you, oh, send me a controller and I'm going to put it on for you. They are range extenders. They solidify the signal. They make it stronger. And for some people who are in urban areas and fly a lot in urban areas, they actually swear on it and they say, hey, you really need this range extender because it really helps you out in urban areas to boost your signal and be stronger. While other people say that it's really good for long range if you want to go far. Me personally, I don't want to have this guy. It's like a little baby to me. You don't want to lose sight of it. So I fly within the line of sight, and I don't want to lose it out of. Sometimes it's like it's only like 400 feet away, and I'm like looking down to my screen doing a setting. I look up, where did it go? Where did it go? And I lost track of it. And I'm like, okay, oh, right there it is. That's where the orange color kicks in, and it's like really good. So I usually don't really want to fly that I don't see it no more. So even if I let it hover, I usually bring it back. If I like change my settings, I actually bring her back so that I can super good see her. Then I change my settings and I go back to what I wanted to film. So just a tip on the side. So what else? Hot Rod says, you know what the best accessory is. I do know what the best accessory is. And the best accessories that you can buy for money at this point that are, in my eyes, a big must are ND filters, guys. ND filters make a huge difference. If you are not a big HDR fan like I am, and you really want to keep the shutter speed twice the amount of your frames per second, you want to pick up ND filters. There are three companies currently offering it, which is Freewell, which is Skyread, and which is Autel. I just recently released a video on that. You can find that inside of my Autel series. And they run about, these Autel filters run $130, while the Skyread filters run $60. And then you have the ND filters from Autel, which run like $65. And they're all really good. Money-wise, if you want the best bang for your buck, the Skyread filters will do it for you. If you want a warmer picture and you just want the necessity kit, which has just the ND filters itself, you want to pick up the Autel filters, which are like $65. They're really good. And then money-wise, if you are a little bit more on the photography side as well, you want to pick up the Freewell 4K all day, they call it. It comes with 3 ND filters, comes with 1 CPL filter for glare, take away glare of reflection of surfaces and all that stuff. And you have the PL filters in here, which are a little bit more on the photography side, but you can also use them for video, and you can adjust it by twisting it to have the right angle for your reflection but you got to bring the drone down a couple times. And plus it's a PL, so it actually is polarized. So that means reflection is being taken care of, and it has the capability like an ND filters to block off some of the light coming in, so that your shutter speed and all that stuff should be twice the amount of your FPS. So if you haven't noticed any of that stuff yet, watch my ND filter video that I just brought out, which has all 3 of these guys. And you can see them all 3 next to each other. So Hot Rod says, hey, Hot Rod. Okay. Mike Miller says, a good aid when flying is to turn your landing light on. It will help you spot it even in the daytime. Yes, that's a really good one. The landing light is really good because you can actually turn it on and off manually. So sometimes during daytime, if I plan on flying somewhere where I go over bushes and I'm not necessarily being able to see my drone all the time, I turn on that light because through those bushes, I can see that light shining through. It's really bright. So Mr. Tom says, can't wait to watch your review of the Triple Tech tablet. Yes, me too. I'm really looking forward to that, because the Triple Tech tablet, so that brings me to the next one, which is another accessory for your Autel. You have 2 types of, or actually 2 mainly known ones besides the tablets that you can actually, thank you very much, Batuna. I appreciate your $5 contribution. Super sticker from Batuna. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I skipped your humor. Did I? Did I skip your humor? My brain is the best accessory. No, my brain is not the best accessory. No, I'm just sharing what I'm experiencing and my imagination. Okay, my imagination is sometimes kind of out there. I don't know. Have I told you guys about that guy that was sending me the emails and saying that I'm a total scrub, that I'm flying Autel and stuff? So I so wish he would just tell me when he comes to Hawaii. But I gave him my address. I told him, if you anytime you like swing by, come. You know what I mean? I'll buy you a coffee. There is another carrying bag before I forget, which is the shoulder bag right over here for the Evo 2 series drone. And it is for like $100. So it includes all this. As you can see right there, it can fit the drone, can fit the controller, and it can fit one of the batteries. But not if you have the Skyfire Aerial. If you have the Skyfire Aerial, you want to pick up something bigger. And in my eyes, that's usually good for like if you have a backpack. So for me personally, I prefer to have a backpack. So far, my backpack got beaten up pretty good. But inside my backpack, it fits my batteries, it fits my accessories, it fits my ND filters, it fits my Skyfire Aerial. And I don't even have to take it apart that much. I only got to take off the top plate, and then I just drop it in there where it's, because it's a camera bag. So I put it where usually the camera goes, because I have the camera already on me, because I usually do vlogging. So I have the camera out there already. So I have that space available where usually the camera goes. I put this sucker inside there so that I only have to put on that stuff. Taking this thing apart, the Skyfire Aerial it's really easy to because you don't really have to worry about anything. So like if you don't have, like me, this bottom thing, you only have these two things, right? You take off the top, which is usually this part right here, and it goes really easy right there. Done, you know. And I usually fiddle my wire through there. So then you have that thumb screw that they put in the bottom. So you don't even need any tools. Like before, this screw in the bottom, and the thumb screw was like a regular screw, so you needed a screwdriver for it, which Johnny Truesdale changed up. So you just take that out, and you're gonna be all right. Unscrew there. Oh yeah, okay. So, and you're gonna be able to take it apart. And then there's just this one screw in the back. You screw it a couple times, you turn it a couple times, so you don't have to turn it all the way. And then you're gonna be able to just take it out. Boom, done. You know, and this is it. So it's already taken apart. So by the time, usually when you set up your drone and you got to take them out, unfold the arms, do your pre-flight inspection, during that time, it doesn't even take that much time to set this up. So I don't know why people always, oh, it's so bulky and so big. I'd rather have it bulky and big because it's really nice. Like it turns out to be a really good accessory where it's even easy to set up, you know, and it protects your controller somehow, protects your antennas. Plus, you can just set it on the ground, because we all know that if you use the regular tablet holder or phone holder and you put it down on the ground, it's always going to fall over onto your phone and onto your antennas. With this, it doesn't. You can put your phone on top. You can put your tablet on top. It's not going to fall over. So that's the cool part about it. So Skyfire, definitely. The Alien Tech booster. No, I mentioned the Alien Tech booster. I said had the 4 Hawks and the Alien Tech booster. I mentioned it. That's the range extenders. How do I say this? We need some more filters, landscape and the night vision from Firmware. What I would like to see is like those misty filters, you know, ND filters, variable ND filters maybe, where you can turn it, or which variable, like, I don't know. You guys understand what I mean? Like variable ND filters, but misty. I think Firmware just brought out some. Jake Sloan made a video on that the other day. And it was really good because it shows like that it softens up the light source itself, so it's not as bright and it doesn't have those, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard. It's getting too technical for that one. But ND filter wise, so far they have brought out a lot, and that's really, really, really good. I really like that. Any other things that are really trash? There's a strap that you can buy. Let me look this sucker up. I think they took it off already, because after my last review, I don't think they sold any. For those people who actually watched it, there was a strap that you can put on that drone. It had like that, what you call that? Strap. Strap. Let's see if it works. There was a strap that you could put around that drone to mount like a camera and stuff on the top. That thing almost cost me my drone. It's terrible. Yeah, I think they took it off. They don't even sell it anymore because it's total rubbish. That thing is horrible. It's a strap that has like a, like a square pad on the top together with a screw, so you can put an action camera. Let me type in action camera mount. I'll tell you what too. So you don't buy it at all, like never, ever. Don't ever do that. Yeah, I think they took it off. It's not there anymore. At least I can't find it right now. So I guess I did well on that one, on my review with the accessories prior with my video. Yeah, they don't even have it on, so I can't even find it. So it was a strap that fit around the front part, and it had like an opening in the bottom to avoid the sensors. And due to the vibration and stuff, when the drone is moving and the camera on the top, those straps would go over the sensors. Then all of a sudden your drone can't land, and the sucker is spooling up like crazy. He's like close to the ground. And I tried to grab it, and then she just wanted to go somewhere else. I mean, that thing was terrible. So if you really want to see how it looks like, check it out. It's on my accessory video, and it's one of the worst accessories that you can buy for this drone. Don't ever buy it. You know what I mean? So anything that you want to mount, use 3M tape, put it on the top over here, right? You have a nice area surface that you can actually use for your stuff, which is right here. This part right here, if you want to put an action camera, for me personally, is one of my favorite spots, because you can put it right over there. And with that being said, your action camera is going to be sitting up here somewhere. Don't put a long extension, because it gives an awful amount of leverage for weight wise. If it's sitting right on top like this, then your camera sits right there, like an FPV drone almost, but it sits center, so which is the good part, and it does not interfere with any other sensors, and that's really good too. I mean, you have a great camera on board already on this thing, but if you want to have a 360 to have different type of views, whatever, then I would suggest just tape it on with 3M tape, put the GoPro mount clip on top, and then just mount it on top of that. Besides that, there's a harness that can go around these drones for the Skyfire, a Fox Fury mount, I think. It's called Fox Fury mount. And that Fox Fury mount goes around the harness, around the body on the top, and it mounts on to the sides to have external lighting, forward, downwards, and it has strobing, and it has something else, and it's super bright. Like, there's a lot of people that have like super bright Fox Fury lights, and that is really, really good. It's kind of on the expensive part side, where it's like, I think it's like $200 or $150, something like that. And I haven't gotten to get me one yet, because like I said, it's money. You know what I mean? Money is everything. So yeah, that's pretty much sums it up for accessories for my live stream today. I think we are in here already almost an hour. So yeah, so David Stewart says he has the Fox Fury lights. WrestleMania, hello from Pennsylvania. What's up, my man? So he said, David Stewart says he has the Fox Fury lights. So I heard a lot of good things about it. I've seen a lot of good stuff. When we flew it for New Year's Eve, my friend brought his on. Damn, that thing is bright. It's really good. Is it necessarily good when you want to film and all that stuff? Not so much, because I tried it and it was like nighttime, and I looked at it afterwards. Footage-wise, I think there's too much of a glare because it's so bright that it affects actually your nighttime filming. And if you really want to film something nighttime, light it up from the bottom with a really, really good light source that you can light up the bushes or whatever you want to film, or the ocean or the river, whatever it is. Do some external lighting source. Another accessory that is not related towards Autel is, for me personally, I take one of these. This is the Zoom H1 audio recorder, and I take this audio recorder with me when I go fly my drone. As an accessory, I find it necessary because this drone doesn't record any audio. And if you are in areas such as waterfalls, next to a highway, or areas that have certain type of sounds that you want to record during that time, take one of these with you and put it somewhere else, further away, a little bit further away from you, where you can still see it so that nobody steals it. If you're out in the open, you can record the wild, the sound of the wild, whatever. And as long as the drone is flying kind of further away, it's not going to pick up the drone either, unless you fly right over it. But this helped me a lot for sound design, for do videos where you have your videos underlined with that sound. And like I said, it can include anything. It can include the beach, the waves, the ocean, the river. It can include the waterfalls. It can include people talking. If you are closer to an event and you're flying on the outside, you're filming that event, people talking and all that stuff. It really helps to have something like this, like an audio recorder. And this is my external audio recorder. And this thing is so old. And I have recorded so many things with it. It's really good. And I actually keep those sounds for myself for future videos in case I didn't bring it. But usually it's part of my bag that I take it with me in my camera bag. So that would be another thing that I would suggest inside there. Pocho says, I got my GPC case from Empire Drone. Fits my controller with the tablet holder. Alrighty. David Stewart, I use 3 and I have no problem seeing it up to 500 meters during the daylight when I have trees behind the drone. So 500 meters, that's 1,500 feet, guys. So you got to times 3 that. That's metric. So it's like meters. So another great accessory is DaVinci Resolve. Yes, that would be another one, but you need to have the power on your computer. DaVinci Resolve is very power hungry on the GPU side. So if you want to edit your drone footage, use DaVinci Resolve. There are a lot of good guys out there. Billy Ripka is one of them. There's Mr. Alex out there. They are great tutorials. And the good part is DaVinci Resolve, if you want to try out the free version, you can try out the free version first. You don't even have to buy it. And there's no watermarking unless you use special effects. But for just cutting clips together and all that stuff, if you really want to get into DaVinci Resolve, I highly recommend it. DaVinci Resolve is one of the best video editing softwares I have ever used, and I come from a long line of Sony Vegas. I used Sony Vegas for like 8 years straight, and it was just a little bit too simple, and it didn't have all these extras. Plus, there's a lot of plugins for DaVinci Resolve. So after getting DaVinci Resolve, like not even 2 months later, I bought the full version. And once you buy the full version, the studio version, the license, you can upgrade to any version that comes afterwards. So currently, I think they are on DR17. So I bought it back then in 15, and then I bought it back then in 16, and I bought 2 studio licenses. And I just only now figured it out that I only had to buy it once, because I could have just easily upgraded. But we all make mistakes, right? We all spend money where we were supposed to, because we like getting in trouble with our wives. So we have Pocho says it's a different configuration. Oh, different configuration for the GPC case from Empire Drones, I think. GF says, shout out from Hannah. Thanks for the Skyfire hookup. Should be here next week for Surface tablet. Yes, sir. Surface is another one that is a really good tablet. But light-wise, I think, tablet-wise, light-wise, I think the Triple Tech or the Skyfire, no, what is it? Crystal Sky in combination together with the Skyfire Aerial, you can't go wrong. Crystal Sky costs right now, I think, like about $1,000. That brings your drone up to like $30,000. And then I think the Triple Tech Pro right now is like running around something like what, $800 or $700. So it's like $300 cheaper than the Crystal Sky. But the cool part that I've seen so far, what I've read about the Triple Tech, is that you actually can use it with your SIM card and you can actually imply data. So I gotta still see how that works. I don't have a phone with SIM card, but I'm definitely gonna look into that feature. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on with that Triple Tech. So I'll definitely try it out. Great tip with the zoom. I have the boom mic attachment for it as well. That could come in handy for sound design. Yes, this zoom thing, I did all kind of crazy stuff with it. Just to do an overlay on like a narrating video. What I did was I put a blanket over my head and I just sat right in front of it and was talking like this. You know what I mean? And I put like a screen in front of it so you don't hear the popping sound from the P's and the S and the F's. So it's really good to have an external audio recorder, and the quality is really good. Plus, you can set up pretty much like how sensitive the level is, if there's an auto limiter, so that it doesn't record those high peaks. You know what I mean? So, but if you turn the limiter off, then you can do like decibel readings. You can see what is more loud and stuff. That's how I, for example, recorded the audio for the low noise props. You know what I mean? Low noise propellers. So if you still have time, check your email. I'm going to check my email right now. He said he's going to send me a picture. Let me see if I got that email. If I got that email and I have the picture, let's see what he sent me. Okay, I got to log in real quick. And then we're going to see. There's Ed Lloyd, Triple Tech tablet. There you go. Come on, you can do it. So download all. So I downloaded them all. Show up in folder. There we go, Triple Tech tablet. Let's check it out. So this would be the first picture right over here. Let me share that screen with you guys. This is the stuff that Ed Floyd just sent me. Ed Lloyd just sent this, where it is the Skyfire Aerial. You see it right over here together with the button bumpers and the wing right over here together with the Triple Tech mount that he has straight inside there. And then let's see, there was a second picture. Where's the second picture? I'm gonna do second picture. Damn it, it's not working. Okay, let me click on the second picture, which is right there. How do I open it? It's not letting me open it. There we go. So this is the original setup right over here. Right there. So this is the setup that he has. And then there is the GPC case right over here. This is how but you got to still disassemble it. And then you can put the controller on the front part. And that's pretty much how I do it too. I tear apart my controller just like that. Like I said, it's really quick. With that thumb screw and stuff, no tools needed. The Sky-Fi Aerial, in my eyes, is one of the best accessories controller mount wise. And it has only like 3 spots that you got to unscrew. And you're done. You're good. You're good to go. You can take it apart. You can put the controller back into the GPC case. It fits perfectly inside there. Take off. I mean, we all have to have certain times that we got to take into consideration pre-flight inspections, taking it back apart, make sure that no damage was sustained during the time of flying and all that stuff. If you get hull cracks on your drone, I mean, there's just, it's like if you want to go fly somewhere and whatnot, it's always like 5 to 10 minutes that you got to calculate in to do certain things. So, but that is it for today via accessories. I hope you guys found it helpful. Definitely. I looked it all up for you guys. I tried out a lot of these accessories. I have a lot of guys on Hawaii itself too that have the Autel Evo 2, and they let me try out their parts. So I'm never ever going to tell you about anything that I don't know nothing about. Okay. So it's always going to be that I have some sort of experience. I have either seen it with my own eyes, or I have experienced it for myself, or I have looked at it for myself. Other than that, I will not give you any type of information. That's why I never dove in deeper into the triple tech yet, because I still got to make the video of it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And WrestleMania just said, I use Sony Vegas, Jeremy Cousin, Magic's Video Pro X video editor. Love it. Have not heard about it yet. But like I said, I'm a DaVinci Resolve kind of guy, and I totally love it. I hope you guys going to be all safe out there. Don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. Be a nice human now. Okay? Don't forget about that. I know it's stressful times and all that stuff, but be a nice human. Always be polite. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Love you all. Thank you all for coming. Aloha.